Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dave's Bucket. Thank you for joining me on my amazing whirlwind bucket list trip to Vietnam, Cambodia, and stopovers in Istanbul, both directions. So, welcome to episode 5. In episode 5 and 6, I have made my way finally over to Cambodia, having gone through Hanoi and Washington, D.C., and Istanbul. And I'm several days into the trip at this point, and I'm flying from Hanoi into Siem Reap, Cambodia to see the amazing Angkor Wat and a number of other temples, as well as have some fun. So I hope you'll enjoy episodes 5 and 6. I did so much in Cambodia, I couldn't even possibly fit it into one episode. So please watch episodes 5 and 6. If you missed the beginning of the trip, please watch episodes 1 through 4. Thank you again for joining me. If you find value in this content and enjoy it, please give me thumbs up, like, comment, let me know your thoughts, and we will get on with it right after the intro. Thanks again. So hello from the plane, VietJet Air. It's in A321. I have a priority seat. That's what that little red thing is for. And that's no doubt why the seats next to me are empty, at least now. We had to take a bus over here, which is no big deal, but they left us on the bus for like 15 minutes, and they crammed as many people as they could on the bus, so it was totally inhumane. But anyway, looks like we'll be leaving on time anyway, so I will let that go for now. But anyway, it's not much leg room, even though it's a priority seat, but it's a leather seat. It's not clean. They didn't clean the plane. It's filthy. But I will check in later. All right, I have arrived at Siem Reap Courtyard Hotel. Time for the room tour. I'm standing at the front door. And just to the left is this nice luggage area. Quite spacious. And over here is the bathroom. And the shower. Really nice. And moving into the bedroom and living room combination, they have left me a nice fruit plate. Over here we've got refrigerator, coffee, water. Over here we've got a nice desk. So this is not a regular room. This is clearly an upgrade. That's always good. And little balcony. It's nice, but it's so dark. I don't know that I would sit out here. It looks like there's some tennis courts or something over there, but might be okay during the day, but not at night, I don't believe. So there you have it. Pretty straightforward. You definitely won't find a courtyard this nice in the United States. That's for dang sure. I stayed at one in Penang last year, and the room was even nicer than this, believe it or not. But courtyards are not known for luxury at all. And this is super nice, and they took care of me and gave me an upgrade. So awesome. Awesome. So now we got the room tour out of the way. Let me just wrap a bow on this little trip here today. VietJet, no problems. No problems. Checked in online. I told you how long it took to drop the bag. That was uncool. And then they put us on a bus, which I don't mind. I mean, that's That's nothing surprising, but they crammed everybody on the bus. Like they were trying to cram the whole airplane on the bus. So then when they got us out there to the airplane, they didn't let us on. So everybody's crammed like sardines on this bus. So finally get on the airplane, and we end up leaving 15 minutes late for no reason because the last 8 or 10 people they left behind that they couldn't fit on the bus, I guess they had to wait for a bus. So we sat there for like 30 minutes. And then another bus brought the rest of the people. So just totally disorganized ground service. And so we left 15 minutes late. We got to Siem Reap 5 minutes late, no problem. And I had a whole row to myself because I paid that $11. So I looked at their website, or I looked at their brochure, and it's $5 to reserve a seat, and I paid 11. So I paid $6 to get that extra legroom seat. There's nobody next to me because nobody else wants to pay the $6. So best $11 you could possibly imagine. Had a little meal. Didn't even want it. It was edible. It wasn't good. It was like a little meatloaf thing with rice. It was pretty lame, but at any rate, took a while to get the bags up, but not too bad. Maybe 20 minutes. So I would consider everything that happened kind of normal. I mean, they're sort of disorganized on the ground. They don't really care if they leave on time and stuff, but flight got here on time, bag made it. I'm not complaining. $124. Can't complain at all. Because I was in the front row, I was the first one off the airplane. I made it through immigration, and I don't think I've ever entered a country easier than I entered Cambodia. It was super easy, but then of course I had to wait for the bag. $25 for a taxi to get here to the hotel. I could have taken the bus for $8, but I would have had to wait an hour because I missed the last bus. So $25. They take American dollars here, so I don't have to worry about figuring out the currency and everything. It's really good. So had a good driver. He actually spoke decent English and made it here. Boom, no problem. So things are going well, and I got 2 days to sightsee, and then I am out of here and back to Vietnam. So good night from Cambodia. Good morning. Sunrise at the temples of Angkor Wat near Siem Reap, Cambodia. Looking forward to walking around here and exploring. It's just now getting light enough to be able to do that. It was unbelievably dark when I got here. It was really treacherous walking around, so now I'm looking forward to getting around. But they say you must come for the sunrise. It's a little cloudy, unfortunately, but the video does not do it justice. It's quite amazing. So Angkor Wat is billed as the largest religious complex in the world. Started by the Hindus and then later used by the Buddhists. And I reserve the right to have that backwards, but I think that's the way it is. So anytime you see a postcard of Cambodia or pictures, this is always what you see. And I'm pretty far away, so I may be able to get a better shot from closer up, but this seems to be the main area. There's hundreds of people here. And it's quite amazing. So the complex has many of these structures like this. You can see one over there, and I look forward to getting a close-up view of all of it, and maybe even get better videos once the sun comes up. But they always tell you have to be here first thing. They open at 5 o'clock. I was here about 5:10, and I think that's their standard. That's their standard answer is 5 o'clock. And in reality, my app said sunrise was at 6:37. It's only 6:24 right now. It's already coming up. So I was here way too early on the advice of the hotel. Word of the wise, bring a flashlight if you're going to get here this early, because it's really treacherous walking around. Of course, you can use the flashlight on your camera, but I want to be out all day and I don't want to kill my battery, so I just kind of walked as close as I could to other people who were using flashlights. And you know, all the guides have flashlights. Everybody tries to get you to hire them and whatnot. But anyway, there's the sunrise at Angkor Wat, and I'm going to shut her down and come back a little bit later. All right, I'm closer now. I don't want to get too much closer. You won't be able to see all of it, but let me walk towards the temple and up into it. It's amazing how many people get up at 5 o'clock in the morning for this. There's thousands of people here. Now there's lots of structures in this complex, but this is the main temple. It's 900 years old, by the way. You can see some of it looks good and some of it's in ruins, as you might expect. But the fact that somebody could build something like this 900 years ago is mind-boggling. You know, I've been to the Taj Mahal, I've been to the pyramids, and it never ceases to amaze me just how people engineered these marbles hundreds of years ago. It's mind-boggling, actually. So here's the entrance. I'm going to go in now, and it looks super dark, so I'm going to shut it down for the moment until there's something else to see. All right, I am inside now. There's all kinds of cool stuff to explore. Hallways and all kinds of cool stuff, but it's very dark. And so I figured I would just head straight back to the belly of the beast, and here's a courtyard. And man, this is off the charts. This is amazing. It's hard to comprehend just how massive this place is. It's humongous. It's interesting. There's thousands of people here, but most people haven't made it back here yet. They probably haven't figured it out yet, or they're still out front taking pictures and whatnot. So this is a good strategy, is to head back there before it gets too crowded and then work your way back. So those are some steep stairs. I don't think I could climb them. You could tell it was super intricate before it started to decay and everything. There's one area that I walked by that has all kinds of scaffolds and stuff. They're trying to keep stuff from coming down, as you can imagine. But I mean, they've really preserved it. There's not like railings or trash cans or just anything. I mean, well, there's a barrier there. They do have some signs for all the falling hazards, of which there are many. It'd be hard to come back here with little kids. It'd be really treacherous. Lots of places to trip and fall. Oh wow, there's people up there. How did they get up there? I have to check that out. Wow. I mean, this thing just goes on and on forever and ever. Oh, there's the stairs. Wow, there's some steep stairs. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Not with the camera in my hand, though. Wow. Oh, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. Look at that. All right, I'm going up. All right, I'm up in the top here. Those were some steep steps, boy. Let me tell you. But it's really cool to see this stuff up close when you've admired it from way back, you know, a couple hundred yards away, and then you get up here and you can see all the detail. Because you can't see all that detail when you're far away, and it's amazing. The detail is just, I can't imagine how many thousands of people it took to build this. Like generations and generations of people probably worked on this for hundreds of years, I'm guessing. I'd like to know that information. I know it's over 900 years old. But, man, by the way, I lied about the railings and stuff. Down below, there's everything's really well preserved. Up here, they have railings everywhere, but they're really well done. They're wooden, so they kind of blend into the background. You can see their scaffolds here or there, trying to preserve things. And you can literally walk through this maze up on this level and down below. In fact, the maze down below is even more intricate than this. I mean, it's like the sheer scale of this place is amazing. And then out in the back here, you can get some good views as well. Yeah. Good into the stairways. People are finally starting to figure out to come back here. You know, it's getting crowded. That little 5 minutes actually saved me a lot. You can see down there. Beautiful. See if I can find a clearing to get a good shot back here. Here we go. This is really high up too, by the way. I can't imagine the workers. How did they get the stones up here? How did they get these? I mean, look at some of these stones. Look how big and heavy they are. How did they get these up here? 900 years ago. This is amazing. All right, so I've completed my tour of the main temple. You can see the sun is shining brightly now. It's 7:45 in the morning. I've been here since 5 o'clock. It didn't get light till after 6. You can see the other parts of the complex. There's the walls of the entire complex. And you can see this is really massive. So yeah, in terms of reference, it got light out at 6:15, and it's 7:45. So that's how long it took me to see it. 1 day pass, $37. 3-day pass, $62. So I'm gonna be here for only 2 days, but they don't have a 2-day pass, so I bought a 3-day pass. That way I can take my time and not have to cram everything into one day. There's several, I believe there's 5 or 6 different attractions that are included in that ticket, this being the main one. So I'm getting ready to get my map out and figure out how to navigate the other ones. I know one's like separate, it's 15 miles away, but there's 2 other main ones that are very close to here, so I have to figure out if I can walk it or not, or whether I have to go barter with the tuk-tuk drivers again. The craftsmanship is unbelievable. Just unbelievable. So I'm going to figure out my next plan of action. Maybe go back to the hotel for breakfast. And, they tell you to get here super early, which I was here too early, but it is good to get here early because number one, the crowds. And number two, it's going to be 90 degrees today. I've heard all kinds of stories of elderly people fainting out here. And I mean, it's 90 degrees, the sun's beating down. You don't want to do that. So best to hit it early and then go sit at the pool once it gets hot out. The temples of Angkor Wat. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Bucket list. Faux show. Next stop, Bayon Temple. 900 years old. Whereas Angkor Wat started out as Hindu and eventually was used by the Buddhists, this one was constructed as a Buddhist temple. And, obviously it's not as massive as Angkor Wat, but I think it's super cool. It's not very crowded either. Everybody's at Angkor Wat, I guess. So I kind of beat the crowd over there and then made my way over here. I found a driver who brought me here for 30 minutes and then he's going to take me back to the hotel so I can get some breakfast. $15. You really have to barter with these people. Everything is cheap except transportation. These guys, and they're trying to earn a living. I get it, but I thought that was fair. He wanted $8 just to take me to the hotel, so he's going to bring me here and wait for me for 30 minutes and then just charge me 15. So I thought that was a fair compromise. My original plan was to do all the smaller ones first and then get up early tomorrow, go to Angkor Wat. But then when I was awake, I thought I'd just get that out of the way right off the bat, in case I'm hungover tomorrow, because I have to make my way to Pub Street tonight or earlier. And the reason I was going to do it that way is because it seems like after you visit Angkor Wat, everything else would be downhill. So I thought I would do the smaller ones first, the first day, and then do Angkor Wat the second day. But I reversed that. And there's one that's further away that I might hit this afternoon. Go back, charge up the phone, get some breakfast, get some sunscreen going, and endure the heat this afternoon. And then maybe hit the pool, which I haven't seen yet. But this resort is, it's a courtyard, but they call it a courtyard resort. It's it's the nicest courtyard I've ever seen. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's nice that it's not crowded. Like Angkor Wat was so crowded you couldn't even get a picture taken. By the way, I forgot to mention there's professional photographers out there, which normally I just tell them to get away from me. But then he said $1 a picture, and he had samples of his work, and they're absolutely beautiful. So I ended up getting a few pictures made. $1. He transfers them right to your camera with a jump drive. It's really not a bad deal. Get professional photo for $1, and then you can get a beer for 50 cents. So how can you really beat that? All right. This is the Bayon Temple. It's included in the ticket with Angkor Wat. There's about 5 or 6 temples that are included, this being one of them. I did not notice this earlier, but once I got inside and looked up through some of the crevasses, I noticed see the face. Let me see if I can point to it. See these pillars have faces on them. I mean, this is just so impressive. I mean, if I didn't go to Angkor Wat, this alone would be worth the trip. I'm not even joking. This is like, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. So I wanted to point that out. You can also see on the biggest column, right there, you can see there's some pillars up there and different ornaments and things like that. It's really cool. By the way, so this is called Bayon Temple, but it's part of the city of Tad Prom, or Angkor Thom. Sorry, Tad Prom's a different place. Angkor Thom is the name of the city. Where, it was the name of the ancient city, with this being the focal point, and then there's several smaller type temples and things like that, which I may see on the way in or the way out, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time getting to them. You can see there's some construction and things like that going on over here. Man, this is so cool. So laid back. Everybody is just mesmerized. Everybody's just walking around looking, and it's mesmerizing. Even at Angkor Wat, where it was super crowded, everybody was kind of chill and you know, you see this kind of beauty and you think about the history of it, and you can't help but just kind of think about it and step back. And, you know, walking through Angkor Wat, the smells, it's like a combination of flowers, incense, and even a little bit of reefer mixed in. And the smells kind of meld together, and it's a spiritual experience, actually, believe it or not. I mean, that's kind of the way I feel about it. This is all pretty ugly construction, but doing what they can to keep it going. All right, Angkor Bayon Temple.
Yeah, maybe back up from the sneezy monkey.
Never heard a monkey sneeze before.
I know, me neither.
There he goes.
Oh no.
Oh, we going for no.
No, don't come back to me.
All right. All right. This is what the transportation looks like. Quite a nice tuk-tuk here. And unlike Thailand, or even worse, India, they actually drive like normal people. It's kind of nice. The only bad thing is that the smell of fumes. So far, I'm digging Cambodia. It's a lot more laid back than Vietnam, and surprisingly, people speak better English here. At least the people I've encountered so far. I had a lot of language difficulties when I was in Hanoi. I've really only dealt with a handful of people since I've been in Siem Reap, but all of them at least spoke some English, which is nice. So, all right, back to the hotel to reload, and looking to do maybe a little road trip this afternoon. Just a little bit more here on this nice hotel. Here's the pool with these beautiful cabana beds over there. This definitely does not feel like a courtyard to me. See the nice balconies? I have a balcony, but it doesn't face the pool. But that's okay, because I have a suite. I think I might be spending some time here a little bit later. It's kind of a scorcher at the moment. Let's go in here to the lobby. So when I say it doesn't feel like a courtyard, it does not feel like a courtyard. It's the bar. There's a lady playing the xylophone here a little while ago. As you can see, this is quite a beautiful lobby. I forgot to mention, I'm using 33,000 points, Marriott points, for 3 nights. 11,000 points a night. 3 nights for the price of 1 in the United States. You gotta love it. I decided not to go on my little road trip because they told me it was going to be better at sunset. And I'm at the Courtyard Monastery. I had a tuk-tuk take me down to Pub Street, and it looks really nice. Way nicer than Beer Street in Hanoi. And I got there and I was scoping out a place to drink a beer, and this guy, I let him talk me into a quote unquote city tour for $3. So it actually didn't sound like a bad idea, even though I was trying to grab a beer. But I think I'm gonna have to take my shoes off. This is the Courtyard Monastery. This is in downtown Siem Reap, downtown. Just right around the corner from the pub street. Yeah, I have to take the shoes off, right? All right, thank you.
How are you, sir?
Doing good, doing good.
Where are you from?
U.S., Tennessee. Nice to meet you.
How long you stay in Singapore?
Just a day or two, just a couple days. Yep. Yep. Look how clean it is. Spotless, man. Can't believe it. And look at these buildings over there. I don't know if that's part of the monastery or not. He didn't tell me that. But really, the main attraction of this quote unquote tour is the palace, he said. So I'll be going to the palace here in a minute. I think I'm making 3 stops for $3. Oh, this side, the tile's green. Again, it's spotless. I don't know how they keep it this clean. Honestly, there's so much dust in the air. Courtyard Monastery. So this is in fact part of it. This is part of a school for monks. It's very beautiful. Very beautiful. So this is where the monks study and live. All right, on to the next stop. All right, next stop. The palace. The King of Cambodia. Cambodian White House. What else is interesting, and I don't know if this will come out in the video or not, but I have never ever seen this before in my life. These trees are full of bats. I've never seen bats during the day before. They're everywhere. And they just hang out here, and at midnight they fly up to the mountain for food, and they come back at 2 or 3 in the morning. At least that's what the guy said. I never thought about where the bats go during the day because I've only seen them at night. Here we are at the palace. Huh, he said I can go in here, but I don't see the entrance.
Hello.
Ah, here we go. Smells good. They're burning something. It's not just incense. These are the offerings for the Buddha flowers. They're burning flowers. It's a little courtyard. Somebody's playing some music out there. Beautiful courtyards. I have to say, everything's kind of well kept here compared to Vietnam. This is really a beautiful setting. I don't know where the king's house is. Obviously, I can't go there. I think it's, when we were pulling in, it looked like there was a big house down yonder. Here's some monuments and whatnot. This looks like it might be a place to hold receptions or something, because it's got that driveway for people to pull up and drop off. And then got this nice area with the fancy gate. And the warrior statues. So this is the King's Palace complex. So they're offering up pineapples to the monks. And it sure does smell good. All the incense. Look at that candle wax. That is cool. That is really cool. There's another one of those xylophones like the lady at the hotel was playing. Oh, it looks like this might be the band. Oh yeah. Drum, xylophone, and these little bells. Those are cool. Those are really cool. Of course, I don't understand any of the symbolism, but it's interesting nevertheless. All right, on to the next stop. Next stop is the cemetery. And when we pulled up, I said, well, where are the people buried? Guess what? They were cremated. This was the Khmer. 8,000 people are interred here. So they put their ashes in these little towers. I'm guessing they just throw them all together. I mean, that's kind of sick, ain't it? If I walked passed here and just walked in here, I would never imagine in a million years that this is a cemetery. Never would imagine it. And then back here are all the names of the peoples. And it's a lot of names, but it doesn't look like 8,000 to me. Who knows? Of course, then there's the obligatory pile of trash. So now I've been to the Siem Reap Cemetery.